What's going on with the world? Just came from Vintage Vinyl. Um, just out conducting business, trying to get things back in order. I get up in Vintage Vinyl. They say, well, we have an issue with you. I say, you have an issue with me? The guy told me to come back when he said, yeah, I told you to come back and I told you we'll carry your stuff. But this guy right here says that, you all will not allow us to carry your product. I'm like, hold up, you told me you was aware of that issue once before, so they couldn't look me in the eye and they playing the game up with me, and it just threw me off. And then, they was really trying to push a button. The guy asked to shake my hand. I tried to shake his hand, then he gave me this strange energy handshake where he snapped the fingers. I'm like, what the hell? But I ain't knocking him, you know what I'm saying? That's just what he did. But on the side of that, like I say, it was just strange energy. And then the older guy that been there for a while, he say the problem that they had with me once before was the fact that my music wasn't copywritten. So I say, nah, that's not true. I say I'm the original creator of all my music. I say any copyrights you want to go over, we can go over. He say, well, you have copyrights to this album? I say, yes, I do. I say, also, the UPC to this album actually works too. So, they looking at the product, they looking at it, and I'm like, well, do I need to show proof? I'm ready to show evidence. So I pulled out my phone. They like, no, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. I tell you what, use your phone. You can look it up because all this information is on the web, So anyways, like I say, my stuff was stolen a couple of months ago back in, what was it? I filed a police report with Florissant. My equipment was stolen off of me while I was homeless back in June. So like almost to a 13th year anniversary of me having my record label, my physical CDs and my paperwork, all that was stolen from me when I was staying at a hotel. I had my stuff by the tree. I went in for a second to charge my phone because my money was messed up. And next thing you know, I come back out after 5-10 minutes, all my equipment and stuff was gone, and my book bag and everything, paperwork, all of that. So, and like I say, it was cars watching me during the time, so I'm not mad at the situation, They got over. It is what it is. How you doing? And so, that was the situation. So the whole time they thinking, well, we got everything he has. We have the physical, But that's why it's important to do the digital and the physical. And that's what I did. I did the digital and the physical. And like I say, they've been slowly stealing things. And 1 minute they stealing something, next minute it pop back up. And that's the catch-22 with digital. It's the fact a lot of this stuff is in the cloud. Yes, it can be hacked, but some stuff you can't take off a record. And so that's what it is. It just felt bad for somebody to discredit me for the work that I created, and after they stole the physical work. See, right now, what they doing is filling me out. The fact that they told me that they're open distribution to me, and I call myself going about taking a product to the store, going through hell to get them a product in order to put in the store, and come to find out it's a real product, and I had it marked up correctly and everything. One guy wanted to do it, the other guy didn't want to do it. And it was the old school guy that didn't want to do it. And then when I asked him what was the issue, he couldn't really explain the issue. First he was saying I didn't own my music. Then he was saying it was something with the lady previously there who I had the issue with. The discrepancy that I had with the lady that I had the issue with once before, which was Jen, was the fact that the CDs was selling. I bring CDs by Friday. She'll get 5 units at a time. By Tuesday, everything is sold out. So my biggest thing is I had to go all the way over time. I was living over there by Parker, by 367. So when I'm traveling, you know, all that distance from way over there to over here to U City, that's hitting me for like $25. I had the Thunderbird during that time. And that was hitting me for like $25. And then during that same time, Bush was in office. Gas was damn near $5-6 a damn gallon. You see what I'm saying? $4 or $5 a gallon in Missouri. So, you know, that $25 that I make from having my CD in the store and traveling away from 367 over here to U City to put my stuff in the store, that's all the money right there. So I try to get her to put more units. She would not put more units. So me being a businessman, I thought the next best move was to maybe, you know, get some merch. You higher price. I mean, I'm gonna spend more to get it pressed up, but then I can make more, like a $5 surcharge over what I was originally getting. So I placed my Mission for Paper shirts in there with the signature on the arm that says contact on the arm. I placed those in the store. When I placed those in the store, they had them on display for one day, and I came back the following week to see what was going on, and my shirts was gone. So I'm up here happy. I'm like, dang, I gave y'all 25 shirts because I tried to give her 20. She said only give her 5 at a time. Guess where my shirts was at? They had them on display. When I came back a week later, my shirts weren't out on display no more. And I was asking her what happened. Did somebody buy it? She was like, nah, didn't nobody buy it. We didn't have no shirts. I'm like, hold up, you gonna play me like I'm stupid? I'm like, okay, I ain't worried about it. I'm like, fuck it, you can have the shirts. And then, so, you know, she started getting belligerent. We going back and forth. I'm kind of pissed because I know for a fact that I filled out the paperwork, and this is why I should have filled out separate paperwork. She told me to use the same paperwork that I had the units on, and I used that paperwork, but it was only one copy of that paperwork, and that was in my folder. I showed her that, and she was like, she saw her handwriting, and I guess she realized she was tripping. But, you know, women being women, they not gonna admit when they wrong. Some people stand their ground. Even when they wrong, they want to be right. And so she told me, when I told her, well, she can have it, they would have been better off just asking me. I would have gave them shirts. She felt offended. And for the following 10 years, 7 to 10 years, I was banned from vintage vinyl. Like I say, that's why I was excited that they opened up distribution, because she's no longer working there. And it's a guy that wanted to work with me and get my product in the store. But like I say, it's one of those situations where people take advantage of the situation. Eventually, with pertaining to those shirts, she did find those shirts in the, she found those shirts in the drawer in the room later on, like probably 10, 20 minutes after. And I'm like, why? If y'all wanted the shirt, I would have gave y'all a shirt. Y'all could at least left them on display. I got 20 of them, you know? And they ran me about $400. Mission for Paper shirts, I was selling for $25, which is the price that I currently sell my CDs for now. That's the street value. If I was to put them in the store, it's gonna be $50 a unit, because I done been through too much. I've been through way too much to still be taking shorts and losses, trying to bring a good product to the people. And I think that's the thing that pisses them off, is the fact that I still own and control this product. You know, that's why they try to discredit me in the store. You know, like I say, Nip even said it. He say, they looking like, hey, black niggas, stay in your place. Ain't some shit they gonna think, but some shit they gonna say. They really be on that shit. They really be on that shit. They really feel like they don't give a fuck how hard you work to create what you create. By you being a dark hue man, they don't feel you have the right to be paid what you're supposed to be paid for the product that you created. And I just don't agree with that. They know my product is on point. Not only do they know my product is on point, how you doing? They know I put in blood, sweat, and tears for everything I got. Nothing was given to me. You know, and they know they try to discredit the skills and ability and the knowledge. And sometimes I just let them do what they do. Even though I don't fully agree with them, I just gotta let them do what they do. But this your homie Contact, CEO of the record label Money Up Records. I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you can, tell a friend to tell a friend. And like I say, this is just a public service announcement to let you know that I'm no longer going to be in vintage vinyl. They decline on having me in vintage vinyl, but I show some clips of me being up there. I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. It's your homie Contact. Keep God first. Everything will fall into place. One love. Peace.